Come with me on a one night stay at Animal Kingdom Lodge in Disney World, and we did club level this time. It was a super awesome experience. The cast members were incredible, and I would definitely do this again. Here are the times for the food offerings. Here's breakfast. They had different croissants, cheese danishes, chocolate chip loaves, mini blueberry muffins. They had a Greek yogurt bar with granola and honey. They also had lots of fresh cut fruit. They also had a few different deli cheeses. They had some smoked salmon, some seasoned hard-boiled eggs. Then they also had 3 different breakfast cereals and some whole fruit. They had toppings for toast and bagels, as well as an oatmeal bar with different oatmeal toppings. And then they also had some warm sticky buns this morning. My mom cannot eat gluten and she doesn't eat meat, so they made her some gluten-free Mickey waffles and a quiche and some vegan sausage. The club level lounge was nice. They had a little area for kids, and then they had a movie going on the main TV as well. Here's the snack offerings. They had hummuses and dips. They had different veggies. They had lots of fresh cut fruit. They had chocolate chip and sugar cookies. They had cut up peanut butter and jelly Uncrustables. They had assorted chips, and then they have the coffee maker is always going as well. They had some other snacks like cheese crackers, banana chips, the African spice nuts, which was super good, and they had chocolate covered raisins and yogurt covered pretzels. For drinks, they also had sparkling water and distilled water. They had some spa water, lemonade, and sweet tea. They also had a little coffee bar and tea bar where they had different flavored syrups, and then they had decaf and regular coffee. The little fridge was always stocked with sodas, juices, milks, and here was our little haul back to the room to watch the giraffes from our balcony. And then for dinner time, we went down and they had macaroni and cheese, they had ham and cheese roll-ups, they had a nice assortment of breads, which I saw at Chico when we ate at Chico once. They had smoked paprika chorizo, and then they had a nice assortment of different cheeses as well. They had a really delicious pasta salad there up top, and then they also had a couple different hummuses, which they were all delicious. I tried all of them. They had watermelon and tomato salad. They had some more fresh cut fruit, asparagus, and the citrus olive salad was super good as well. They also had this really delicious seafood stew with the coconut rice, and then they also had this chicken dish with sweet corn pudding, and that was pretty good as well. It was a little too sweet for me, but it was pretty good. And then they also had the little alcohol cart with beer and wine. The cast member Francisco made me a mocktail, and it was super good. For dessert, they had cashew caramel tarts, which were delicious. They also had this gluten-free cupcake, the safari cupcake, very, very good. My favorite, though, was the Kenyan coffee tart. Oh my gosh, that thing was incredible. I had 3 and I should have had more. And then they also had the orange sesame cake. And then they gave my mom a nice plate of gluten-free desserts. And for our last breakfast, we went down and they had the croissants and the double chocolate chip loaf again. And then they had cinnamon apple muffins this morning, which I preferred over the blueberry ones the day before. They had the Greek yogurt bar again as well, and then more fresh cut fruit. And they also had prosciutto this time next to the deli cheese. And then instead of smoked salmon this time, they had pastrami salmon. And then the hard-boiled eggs were just normal hard-boiled eggs. They didn't have any seasoning this time. And then they also had more hot options this time. They had some sausages, and then they also had scrambled eggs with feta, tomato, and spinach in them. And they had the orange juice and the jungle juice, which I believe is pog juice, every morning. Here's the cereal and the whole fruit. And then instead of sticky buns, they had a bread pudding with vanilla sauce this morning, and then they had the oatmeal with the oatmeal toppings. And then they also had the bagels and the toast every morning. I definitely think it was worth it. I would definitely do this again. I think if you are a hardcore rope drop to firework kind of family or person, I think that this may not be worth it for you. But if you're doing a resort day, definitely worth it. Highly recommend.